Away from the night lights and the neons and the nylons and quit selling dope, maybe my life would change. So, and it did for about 4 years. But then again, met a young lady, got back out on the streets. Next thing you know, the drugs, the alcohol, we're back, going to jail, we're not doing too good. So I thought, well, maybe if I changed locations, geographical change. So I moved to Las Vegas, Nevada, and everything was okay there for a while. Bought a new boat and everything was going well, and I thought, maybe we'll celebrate. We'll go get some crack cocaine. And that was my last drug of choice, by the way. And I've tried every drug that there is. I'm not proud of that. It's just I was attracted. I abused. I won't call it so much in the drug addiction as I loved being somebody else other than myself, because myself had a lot of pain, and drugs and alcohol took care of that for me. So I thought. And so anyway, I went out and I bought some more crack cocaine, and I spent the whole weekend in my boat smoking it, not even going outside, looking at the water. And I thought, there's got to be a better way. So God helped me there. He said, enough. I said, okay, that's good. And he's done a lot of different things. I used to smoke, and he made them taste bad. He took them away. I didn't want to quit smoking. I went from brand to brand to brand, and I just, I'd give them to a homeless, or I'd throw them away, and then I just quit buying them. He made them taste bad. And I went through the same thing in cigars. God knows that I am an addictive person, and I'm a hardhead. And he is just, why he picked me, I don't know. He just has been a tremendous help in my life. I could not have given up anything without Jesus leading the way, believe me. And for a long time, I took a lot of credit for that, And then how I got here, I do Run to the Wall. It's a event that happens every year, and Vietnam veterans started to be 20 years next year in May, and we ride from California, Ontario, California, to Washington D.C. It's a 10-day trip, and we stop at veterans hospitals, schools. Lots of memorials laying wreaths and things. And I met a gentleman there, it was my second year, and Tom Lockett, which is a CMA member from Harrison, Arkansas. We just kind of buddied up. He was a Vietnam vet, and we rode all the way across country together. And he wasn't shoving Bibles at me and preaching and all that kind of mess, And he said, well, why don't you come to CMA in October? No. So I finally just give in, and I come down in 2003. And he asked me to do one thing for him, and I thought it would be impossible. I mean, not me. He says, every time they have altar call, go up, have somebody pray on you, and make it something different every time. Whatever bothers you the most, never have them pray for the same thing. And I said, yeah, okay. But there was no way I was going to do it. I felt in here. And I got up and listened to their message, and they did their altar call, and next thing I know, I'm up out of the seat, and I didn't know anybody here. And I walk up to one of the ministry leaders and asked him to pray. First thing I asked him to pray over was my child abuse. That been bothering me for 40-some years. And he did. And to this day, that has not bothered me. And the person, Tom Lockett, come later and he says, "You don't mess around, do you?" I says, "Well, what do you mean?" He says, "You don't know who that was that just prayed on you?" I said, "Haven't a clue. He just, somebody was up there." He says, "That was John Ogden Sr. and his wife. You went to the head of the class." Well, I didn't go to the head of class. That's who God took me to. And, you know, it doesn't matter who after that followed. It's just, every time they had the altar call, I wanted to just grab my seat. Because I didn't feel like bearing my soul to anybody. What I had in here, it hurt. I was ashamed of the womanizing, the drugs, the alcohol, robbery. I was ashamed of it. God would not take somebody like me. He's not going to hear that, you know. Why am I here? I'm wasting time. And after that, excuse me, after we left here, I mean, this is true. Please believe me. Please. Everything that was prayed over for me was healed. Miraculous in anybody's life, much less mine. And when I left out of here, I felt like I lost 100 pounds there. Excuse me. And so I go home, went to my motorhome in Las Vegas, and I see a Sunday newspaper, big article, it's talking about Bible study. And I thought, well, maybe we'll do this. Well, you know, I'm feeling pretty good. It's coming up in a month. So I fold the paper up and I put it in my magazine tray. Forgot all about it. And I'm cleaning up, and all of a sudden I come across this paper, and I remember what it said before I even opened it. I thought, oh no, I've missed it. I've missed it. And that was God reaching in there, grabbing that, because it was going to start in 3 days. So I didn't miss it. And I went to church, and I did the Bible study for 30 days. Never missed. First one there. Same seat, same aisle, every day. And I ended up joining that church. And the person that did the Bible study, I asked him, after everybody was gone, if he would baptize me again. And he said he'd be glad to if I didn't mind if we did it after everybody left after the Bible study. I said that would be fine. So thanks to CMA, that started getting into my life back in 2003, and even before that, because they were on the Run to the Wall in 2002, and I was bumping into them here and there and stuff, because I write a lot. I was able to return to Jesus, and I'd been trying on my. I can remember this. I hate to digress, but I can remember being in my home, crying. I mean, bawling, doing drugs, doing alcohol. The Jimmy Swaggart, Kenneth Copeland, all the ministries that were on TV, and nothing worked. Nothing worked, because I didn't know how to pray. I didn't know how to ask. And CMA give me that gift. They showed me how to pray again.